Hello everyone, I'm Janak Bharati, construction coordinator for the proposed connector road duplication project. Today I'm going to provide you an overview of the construction project. We will look into what can be expected during the construction and what are critical consideration for successful delivery of this project. The project is located on Dandenong, South Victoria, under the jurisdiction of City of Greater Dandenong. It is 4 km road duplication project and separated by halfway boulevard at the midpoint, have two different characteristic sections on either side. Newly constructed road will form eastbound dual lane carriageway, while existing road will serve as westbound uh, carriageway after the completion of this project. So among the two distinct characteristics road section separated by halfway boulevard, Alpha Road and Halfway Boulevard section is on low-lying area right next to wetland reserve with very poor subgrade soil. It has very limited access to rural private properties and wetland reserve management uh, requirements. The section will have rural characteristics with steel soldier verse, soil drain, and uh, spray shield surface. In contrast, the section between Halfway Boulevard and Bravo Road lies on higher ground with good quality sandy soil consistent throughout the stretch of the proposed road section. It has a mixed urban locale which includes residential area, light industrial area, and primary school. Freight vehicles are expected frequently on this section, and it is proposed to be constructed with curving channel, footpath, and uh, other needs for the urbanized area. So to provide an overview of project specific, we will be elaborating major payment construction components for this project. What is the difference between two sections? Where you need to be a bit more careful. So we'll start with typical cross section. See what's the difference in typical cross section, and we'll go through into the subgrade improvement requirements for both sections, and then into the pavement construction. What's the pavement makeup? How it has been built. Then we'll talk about the surface treatment as well, and again, drainage requirement of that area will be in our main focus part. Subsurface drainage, again, given one especially on one side, is pretty critical. So we'll discuss how we can bring in more stability to that in a problematic area with the use of subsurface drainage. We'll also look into safety and environmental concerns that has been identified this project, and look into the mitigating opportunities available for us. So here is the typical cross section of uh, the connector road between Alpha Road and Halfway Boulevard. We will be sticking with the components here to discuss further what is involved in the construction as we move forward. Steel soldier, spray shield surface, granular basin subbase, subgrade materials, open drains, verses, uh, and as adjacent wetlands are the major components here in this uh, typical cross section of the proposed road construction. Again, here's the typical cross section for the section between Halfway Boulevard and Bravo Road. It is adopted from City of Greater Dandenong's standard design drawings. As you can see, it consists of lots of elements compared to the other section of the road. Allowance for various services including underground trench drainage system, curving channels, footpaths is pretty typical for a urbanized road construction project. The pavement thickness of 570 mm has been identified for the wetland section of the road construction using the Lost Roads Guide. Use of Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3 crossrock are preferred for subbase and base material as per VicRoads standard specification. Maximum thickness of 150 mm for each layer has been adopted for this project to achieve desired outcome for compaction. Compaction and level tolerance shall meet the City of Greater Dandenong and Vic standard specification requirements during construction. Vibrating rollers, spreaders, dump trucks, and graders are generally required equipment for the construction of subways and bases. Vic specification section 304 and 812 are referred to while comparing the tolerance level and confirming its as per specification. 300 mm thick pavement has been determined for this section of the road between Halfway Boulevard and Bravo Road. It is obvious that due to the higher quality of soil, the thickness of the pavement has reduced. In the again, the compaction and the tolerance level has to meet the City of Greater Dandenong's specifications and the Growth Standard specification. It is very important to ensure that the tolerance level and shape are maintained properly. Single spatial has been identified as preferred wearing course for Alpha Road to Halfway Boulevard section, and primer application prior space lane is preferred. The aggregate size of 10 mm is preferred due to the moderate traffic condition. We need to ensure that curing of primer is adequately achieved. At least 3 days required prior to the application of spatial. On the other section between Halfway Boulevard and Bravo Road, dense graded asphalt is preferred due to its aesthetic appearance and low noise characteristics. The wearing course is 30 mm thick and the aggregate size is 10 mm down. Tack coat needs to be applied prior application of asphalt, and proper transportation and handling must be ensured to avoid any segregation of asphalt material. Stormwater management system in Alpha Road to Halfway Boulevard section includes open drains, outflow through the wetlands, other culvert crossings required for access to the properties. Appropriate crossfall, longitudinal fall, and the stability of the slope is very important while we are constructing and establishing an open drain. However, for the Halfway Boulevard to Bravo Road section, the pits and underground pipes, side entry pits, curving channel, all those forms the part of the stormwater management plan. Gross pollutant tanks are introduced to ensure the pollutants are not entering to natural water bodies. All these drainage components need to be built to City of Greater Dandenong's standard drawing 200 series. Subsurface drainage ensures that any moistures are efficiently taken away from the pavement materials so that the strength of the pavement is not compromised. For the rural section of the road, uh, it is preferred to have the subsoil drain between the interface of soldier and pavement materials, and for the urban area, it is preferred to have between lip of curb and the pavement material. Having a proper outflow for subsoil drain is very important to make sure it is functioning well. So in both cases, either connecting to the stormwater pit or to the open channel is to ensure that the subsoil drain is draining properly. Ensuring occupational health and safety is very important in construction industry. Development of safe work method statement for each and every activities that are considered as high risk is very important. Ensuring safe approach has been taken for the transportation and handling of construction material, including the bituminous material and the stabilizing agents, is very important in this project. And development of a comprehensive safety management plans is required. From the environmental point of view, minimizing the construction footprint is very important. Controlling measures like establishing no-go zone, using sealed barriers and sandbags to control the runoff from the construction site. Proper collection of construction waste and disposing of it safely is the main way to avoid impact on the environment. This project will require intensive quality control measures, including comprehensive inspection and test plans to capture all the quality control requirements set in City of Greater Dandenong's uh, construction specification. Those measures should be accurately implied on site and make sure that construction activities are conducted as per the uh, specified methodologies. Construction traffic management has to comply with Australian standard. If you look at this project, the wetland section is comparatively less complex compared to the urban section of this road. Maintaining the access to the residential and industrial area will be challenging and crucial for the for the urban section of the road, while ensuring that the private property have access to their properties on that rural section is critical. From the planning and sequencing point of view, the project has to be planned to avoid the wet weather condition due to the wetland being adjacent to the project and the moisture sensitivity around this involved work. The works will be sequenced so that we are not double handling the construction work, so that if we are actually trenching for a drainage, it has to be done prior to placement of the pavement material, so that we are not putting compromising the strength of pavement and double handling the job as well. To summarize, definitely this project comes with some challenges and some opportunities. So it is very important that we understand the distinct characteristics of each section that we are working on. We have to implement a tailored approach for construction management. Understanding of key issues needing attention for each section is important. We have to develop and implement a section specific quality control measures for these road sections. Uh, development and implementation of section specific safety management plan and environment management plan is important. Uh, uh, it is recommended that the construction is planned so that actual construction of the pavement will be done to avoid the wet weather condition. Thank you everyone for listening to my presentation. I hope this provides you with a bit more insight in what's involved in this project, what we are planning to do, what are the constraints, and what are the opportunities available. So the detailed engineering report associated with this presentation is also available. If you are more, further interested and want to know a bit more technical stuff of this project, please feel free to reach out and I can share my engineering report with you. Thank you very much.